3 other shots were fired during Brelo's final volley of 15 during the last 7.392 seconds. Third, Sobolik, a reasonable police officer praised by the prosecution as having moral strength and courage, expressed a belief at trial that the car's occupants still posed a threat during the last 8 seconds. Additionally, Brelo was acting in conditions difficult for even experienced police officers to imagine. He was in a strange place at night surrounded by gunfire, sirens, and flashing lights. He and Moore had fired straight through their own windshield, thinking they were about to be shot and killed. He described it as worse than being under attack from rockets and mortars while serving as a Marine in Iraq. These and more are the totality of the circumstances happening when he decided to use deadly force. Brelo did not fire too quickly or at a person who was clearly unarmed or clearly unable to run him over. He did not fire at somebody walking or running away. Finally, Brelo acted in slightly more than the time it takes for a pro golfer's tee shot to fall, and less time than it takes to read this sentence. 4 weeks was spent in trial examining those 7.392 seconds in every detail. An adversarial trial has proved over the centuries to be an effective way to find the truth. But if there is an ideal place to step into Brelo's shoes and view those less than 8 seconds and the 12 that came before them, the way he did on the night of the shooting, it is not the artificial environment of a courtroom. Still, that is what the law requires. So I reject the claim that 12 seconds after the shooting began, it was patently clear from the perspective of a reasonable police officer in Brelo's position that the threat had been stopped, and therefore find that Brelo's entire use of deadly force was a constitutionally reasonable response to an objectively reasonably perceived threat of great bodily harm from the occupants of the Malibu, Russell, and Williams. Having so found, in summary, I find that the state did not prove beyond a reasonable doubt that the defendant, Michael Brelo, knowingly caused the deaths of Timothy Russell and Melissa Williams, because the essential element of causation was not proved for both counts.